Good morning, everyone.
Hello. Hi.
You enjoying this beautiful Saturday?
Yes.
It's rainy.
It's gross and wet.
Very wet.
I swam here.
Yes.
I don't swim. I didn't swim here.
That's a strange shot. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Those are SPPs hanging out back there.
We've got
it's
cool
dark.
things. We've got cool things happening today.
Right? Happy birthday, Jason. Oh, wait. That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Thank you. And who are you?
Oh, I'm Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
What the heck are we doing here?
I don't know. We're Warm N Cozy Quilting.
This is silly.
And here is in Columbia, Illinois, 15 minutes southeast of the St. Louis area on the Illinois side. So if you
where the good drivers are.
Wow.
Sarah.
I don't know why she wants to start that fight this morning.
Me and Sarah argued this morning over who has better drivers, Missouri or Illinois. You guys, hey, weigh in.
Yeah, oh, Lord, no, my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want that fight this morning. Anyway.
Donna's on. Happy birthday, Donna.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Happy birthday, Donna.
So I don't know why everyone isn't on. There's nothing else to do. It's raining.
Right. What are you doing?
You can't even
Get your
walk the dog
coffee.
in this nonsense.
I mean, unless you got one of them watery dogs, like a
we
Labrador.
have a dog
like
who
the rain.
does not want his feet to get wet.
He will prance through the grass to do his thing.
And then to come back.
Straight to the concrete. Doesn't venture around. He's a bit spoiled.
The sidewalk.
He does use the sidewalk.
Yeah, if he could stay on the sidewalk and just get his butt. Oh, anyway.
He's annoying that way. Whole yard. Anyway.
Anyways, what?
So we introduced ourselves. We do also off screen have a Sarah
Hello.
and a Victoria
Hi.
for all our assistanting needs and directing needs and what have you.
Right.
So anyway, so here we are today.
Everyone is saying happy birthday.
I know they are. It's fantastic.
So-
There's a lot. So we take it as a good morning as well.
Yeah. He was like, do I have to hear that anymore today? And I'm like, dude, the day hasn't even started. Everyone is going to be saying happy birthday to you. Now get over it.
I come from a business line where I told nobody my birthday ever because I didn't need it in my life. So I never had any of that. And you all are very much a kind sort of people.
Yes.
And it makes my life so much more fun.
Right. So good
I'm
morning
not
to
used to the
Pam
attention.
and Patty, Donna and Pamela.
Pamela, hello.
Good morning to Chris.
Thank you.
And Linda
Thank you.
and Cindy.
Hello, thank you.
Heather.
I'm just going to say thank you as a blanket statement. At this
Heather
point.
just said hi, so
Hi.
you don't have to say thank you to her.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
And hi, Mickey. And good morning to Linda.
Hello.
And Christy.
Hello.
What's your birthday? In case
It
you
is.
didn't know.
It is. Thank you. Statement of fact.
Oh, dry and sunny
White
here
shirt.
in Alabama. Okay,
Oh.
let's just go there.
We're going to Alabama.
Okay.
Road trip.
All right.
Pack it up. Let's go.
Hey, Victoria, can you turn that fan on?
Yes, ma'am. And close that door if you would,
It's
please.
starting
I
to
got an
get warm
echo
in here. Anyway. Now Heather jumped in with happy.
Oh, there it is. Hello. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Yes.
And good morning to Donna. We said happy birthday to her.
Thank you, Cheryl.
And Sandy. Hello. And okay, now we've got people saying happy birthday to Donna. Again, that's awesome.
Right?
Sharing birthdays is fun.
Absolutely. Good time. We got
Yeah,
here.
her dogs have to get pushed out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some dogs that are that way. That's just what it is.
Hi to Jody and Dolores,
Hello, hello. Thank
Carla and Mary,
Hello, and thank you.
and Joanne. Isn't it fun to do a video on your birthday?
It is so much work. I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, wow.
Morning, Sue.
More than an inch of rain south of Waterloo.
Sounds about right. I was sleeping through majority of the rain this morning. We do the Waterloo living thing. It's nice down there.
But then I went and got in the shower and I got out and I was like, what is, it's pouring.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a rolling thunder and everything else. It was,
Good morning.
what we get.
Good morning to Marlene and Jackie.
Hello, hello. Good to see you guys.
Okay.
So if it's your first time joining us and you're wondering what the romper room effect is for, that's what we do on Saturdays. We aren't here to sell you anything. Yes, we have stuff sprawled out for visual effect, but keep your wallets in your pockets for now, or in your purses, or wherever you keep them, under the bed, in the sock drawer. I don't know. You ever kept your wallet in the sock drawer?
No.
The one time you leave the house and you forget it, and you can't remember where it is, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I was younger and a lot dumber. Anyway.
Yeah, Linda, we wish we could be sleeping.
I was sleeping really good this morning.
I know.
That was great.
Well, and also, when you own your own business, this happens. But, you get into these, like, all of a sudden you've worked, like, 14 days in a row or so.
Oh.
You've now lost count.
Don't even keep track.
So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Tomorrow we're off, and we've been counting to get there.
Yes. I need a day.
We have no idea how many days it's been.
I really thought it was Thursday for, like, 3 days this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was back to Thursday again. I don't even know.
On Tuesday, I thought it was Wednesday. I thought we were a day ahead. Then I was like,
fabric shop. This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It is.
It is fun.
But I don't know anymore.
Sometimes we get lost.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Nancy. Oh, keep wallet in your pocket until 11 a.m. this morning. Best sale ever.
That is so
Thank
true.
you for pointing that out, Donna. That was the next point that we were going to make. So we're not selling anything on this video per se. However, what you do see is available for purchase in store. And we have a particular birthday event going on. So not just my birthday today.
It's the birth. It's the birth month of Warm N Cozy Quilting,
which is why we're here.
So happy birthday, WNC!
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Okay. So today's big sale, you get to see the little thing.
The graphic happening.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Thank you, Sarah.
And really, the way to go. Let's just talk about it. The way to go is to buy 10 and get 5 free.
Okay, but you're jumping ahead. So the sale is a 579 sale.
579 sale.
You buy 5 yards of fabric, you get 1 for free. Or if you buy 7 yards of fabric, you get 2 yards for free. Or if you buy 9 yards of fabric, you get
3 yards for free.
3 yards for free. And if you buy 10 yards of fabric, you get how much?
5 yards free.
5 yards free.
So and really, if you are wanting to do things on your budget and you've got it figured out in your head,
yeah, you want 5 and you get that 1 for free. That's cool.
Don't let me talk you into buying more.
But we will.
Because so often yesterday somebody would have 9 yards and I'm like, oh, well, now you get 3 free. And they're like, no, I want to get 7 and 2 free. I already have 9 then. And I'm like, oh, okay, we can do that. But don't you want to save more? Like right now you could pay for this and then you can get 3 more yards for free.
But you're at 11 yards. You may as well just get 4 more and just there you go.
You're right.
You got your 10 and 5.
So I'm sorry that's just
shady lady pants.
It's not even that. It's like I want you to get the best deal.
It is the better deal of all of them.
It is the best deal.
So that's today. We did it yesterday. It was insane. It was fantastic. Thank you for all that came in. If you need to make a second trip, there's still plenty of fabric in the store.
Oh my gosh, so much fabric still. I mean, we had a huge day and we still have a lot of fabric. Like thank you. You made a small dent, but I wanted a dent. You know what I'm saying?
She wants bare shelves, apparently.
If
you knew, I know how much is coming. And
if we don't, your mom is going to be very upset.
She's going to be so unhappy.
She's going to be like, where the heck am I going? Danielle, you keep ordering more. Where's this going? I don't know. Anyway, so.
It needs a
40
home.
bolts of cave.
40 bolts of cave.
That's on top of all of the, oh my gosh, I just lost it.
Uh-oh.
The new Riley Blake that we have, that whole line of, is it Lori Holt?
It is Lori Holt.
Whole line of Lori Holt coming. That's,
really?
I think, essentially 40 bolts. Like 20 and 20? Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. When is that supposed to be? Is that this month?
Fabric pushers. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're your fabric dealer. You got it. We're just not shady backstreet dealers. We got a building for that.
I don't know, Linda, did I say, but that's only And you should get, I don't know. I did that to Donna yesterday.
You high pressure sale Linda into fabric?
Well, and Donna already had 22 yards. And I was like,
Well,
you've already bought 20.
You're in for a dime, in for a dog.
Why don't you just get some more for free? Anyway.
That's right. See, Lori Holt. We got some Lori Holt fans out there.
Yes, it's
Ain't
good
nothing wrong with
stuff,
that.
man. It's coming.
It's coming. That'll be a good time. All right.
I want to ask them.
Who? Them?
Yes.
You.
I want to ask
Listen
you.
up.
And please, anybody, I don't care one way or the other, please just put your comments out there. But we were thinking of getting the Tula Pink solids. Okay?
Oh, okay.
We got some Tula Pink solids in fat quarter bundles. They just came in yesterday. They're not even in the computer, so don't come rushing to get them. I only bought 4 of each different colorway or whatever. So, but we really love our Paintbrush Studio solids.
I love Paintbrush.
And there is so many colors in Paintbrush Studio that I feel like you can use that. But if you are a fan of Tula Pink, are you going to come in and buy Tula Pink solids? Or would you be fine buying Tula Pink and Paintbrush?
Oh.
Or
you were talking about crossing lines.
Right, yeah. And also,
which is, I think, okay.
Of course, Tula Pink solids are more expensive.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
they're Tula Pink, and you know they're going to match your color lines and everything that she
exactly.
does.
So I just want everyone's opinion because I'm trying to make that decision on whether or not to order her
As our
entire
number one
line.
customers, we do value your opinion. So let us know. Thank you so much for that. Anyway.
Sometimes if weird alerts show up, I'm like, huh? And I can't do anything else. I got to sit there and read it. Okay.
It's okay. Don't worry about that their alert. We don't.
Yeah.
Unless the computer explodes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. So thank you, Chris. Yes, Paintbrush for you.
I'm just putting it out there. You can comment anytime. Just let me know what you think. If you think that it's would be good. Okay, so she has 2 different lines of solids. One is called Unicorn Poop, and they're all very pastel.
Okay.
The other line is called Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
And I think that people will like it just for the fun name. Maybe we'll just get more fat quarter bundles.
Maybe we stick with the fat quarter bundles.
And if you want some Tula solids, you can get them that way. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, you guys weigh in.
We've made a following of Paintbrush here, honestly.
To be clear, we're not getting rid of paintbrush.
No, we're not getting rid of it. No, we love them too much.
So do I need a whole other line of solids? I mean, I don't. Anyway.
Jackie, she wants the prints, but she's good with solids from another line.
Yeah.
And I think that's most people's thoughts is that, whatever.
It's okay
if you can do a better price for a solid, it works exactly
and she
fine.
has fun. Like, maybe we'll do, like, some of her polka dots and stripes, because she does a lot more, like,
stuff.
those things that,
like the basics, but
they're
not
still
the
basics, but right, not solids. Right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Joe. Well, that's good. Thanks for bringing that conversation up.
Why not, right?
Keep it going.
Let's throw it out to our friends. Ask them.
All right, so today we have Stash Pot Pie to get to. So today, if you haven't finished your August pattern or design just yet, you have till midnight tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if you've already finished it and put a picture out in the collective or brought your quilt in for us to see and get a picture of, or emailed us a picture of your quilt top. Sarah, did you send them last night?
I did.
You should have got your patterns for September, which is this card trick one. I don't remember the actual name of it. Should have got that in your emails last night. If you haven't seen it,
Party Pie.
Bridge Party Pie. Check your spam filters if you haven't seen it. If not, message us. Let us know.
If you
Sarah will take care of you.
and checked here and you don't see it, I don't want you sitting there waiting, thinking, oh well, maybe she'll get it to me later. Just send us a Facebook message or an email, and we'll get it to you.
Right. So, end of the show, as we always do in the first of every month, is we will unveil the next month's quilt, which is this lovely guy right here. That'll be good fun.
So we're all, like, what I see is the delay.
Yeah.
And so then I'll say something, and then I see myself saying it. And sometimes I crack myself up.
Oh, okay. Well, that was fun.
Now if you watch me cracking myself up, that'll be fun, too.
That's great. Jackie, you say that's because, but you're a newbie. It's okay. If you're sitting out there and you're new to all this, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Your opinion matters.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with your opinion, new or not.
Well, and totally, I'm going to pay Tula Pink prices for Tula Pink's prints.
Yeah.
I want that.
We're all a little bit frugal. It's okay. It happens.
And it's okay if I Yeah, get a
Yeah.
solid.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure it matches. I'm gonna make sure it works good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some things that you can do because this is National Sewing Month, so some
Yes.
general upkeep things that you should and can do annually. Because
Right.
why not? So there's the whatever year it is month. You're supposed to check your fire alarms, change the
Oh.
batteries once a year because
Yeah,
you all
well,
do that, right?
You're supposed to do that whenever you change the clock. Like so, time
that what it
change.
is?
You're supposed to check your battery and your.
I never remember what that is. I just know there's always a designated. Do it then.
But now that they've pushed them so close together, it's almost like
Right.
you need to set
At
two
least
dates.
once a year.
And you
if
need to
not
be
twice.
changing your furnace filter too.
All these things are on schedule. Well, September
Mm-hmm.
is change your or clean your or whatever with your sewing stuff because you have to. You really should. So when it comes to your machine,
Mhm.
how often should you be cleaning your machine? Probably every big project.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you should be cleaning your machine probably more often than you are.
okay,
So now, I have talked to some people that they clean it every time they have a new project. They,
Reasonable.
especially okay. So I have a couple of machines. Lots of you out there have a couple of machines. I really like to use my featherweight. When I use my featherweight, you have to oil it every single time. So I'm cleaning and oiling that machine
right,
really
very
often.
regularly.
And then I get in the habit, then when I use my other machine, I should be in that habit, but sometimes I'm like, oh no, this one I can just go, right?
I've done 18 quilts in a row. It's fine.
It's fine. And then I'm like, oh wait, when was the last time this needle got changed or this one got cleaned out?
Right.
Like down, take that plate off of there. Yes, you can. You do not have to take it to a maintenance guy to take the plate off.
Little plastic plate that just pops out.
Well, unscrew. It's
Oh.
metal.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the
Like under the feed dogs and
Yeah, your
all
feed dogs. You got your metal plate right there.
Oh, yeah.
You take that out, and then you use these brushes, and you get in there, and you get all that stuff out.
So it's kind of like a Q-tip, but not because it's a much finer tip that'll allow you to get into those spaces,
Yeah,
and it'll help grab those lint balls that have developed from all the fuzzy thread or from the whatever you've been quilting with, sewing together. Get those. These are cheap. $5 for a pack of these, and they'll last you a little while. $5 to keep your machine operable.
right.
It's worth it. Do it.
Okay, things to not do. Don't use canned air,
Don't use canned air.
because all you're doing is blowing that dust into the motors, right? And
Right.
then you're just causing more problems. Don't
Yeah,
do
unless you have a machine that I've not heard
that
of yet
is
that's a domestic
specific.
that you can do that with.
Yeah,
The long arms, some of them have that ability that you
Right.
can use compressed air in the bobbin area, but unless you
most-
know for a fact you
most do
can,
not.
don't.
So Vicki had a great suggestion. She does hers on New Year's Day and 4th of July.
Good
That's
idea.
when she makes sure and does those semi-annual things.
Right.
So I also, this is an old, sometimes he looks at me like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
I just don't know what she's about to say because this
So-
isn't really scripted.
so
I don't know.
we had an instructor who told us, and this I guess was one of those things. Whatever you do New Year's Day, you will do all year long. It's kind of an old wives' tale. I don't know. I don't want to say old wives'
You
tale,
have
but
said
like
this. Yo, it is what it
traditional,
is.
right?
That's
So-
what it is. It's superstition. Old wives' tale.
So whatever you do New Year's Day, you will do all year long. So if you want to be sewing all year long on New Year's Day, you should sew. Even if you don't feel like it, you should make yourself do it.
But
because
see, now that goes to the point of if you don't want to sew and you force yourself to sew, now you're angry sewing. So are you going to angry sew all year long? Because I don't want to do that.
I don't know.
I'm going to go take a nap all week or all day. Yeah, I'm napping all year.
Anyhow,
Anyway,
but
doesn't me any good.
if you're cleaning your machine out on New Year's Day, that means that you're probably going to consistently stay on that track of cleaning my machine, doing the right thing.
That's fun.
Anyway, okay, move on.
Good
It
ritual.
ain't New Year's.
All right, so back to changing your needles. Get yourself some universal needles if they fit in your machine. Most of them they do because they're universal. Again, $4.
So the reason that they're called universal is that you can use it for quilting or for top
Not for
stitching.
machine universally.
No.
Oh,
It's a universal needle in that it can be used for applique for whatever project you're working on.
okay. That's a
I've-
weird use of the word.
So there's also because we have quilting needles.
Yeah.
They don't say universal; they say quilting. You'll see other ones that are specific to a project. If you, but buying the universal needles is fine. You
Right.
can then use that for whatever project you're working on. But sometimes if you're having trouble, it could be, well, I probably need a more specific to this project type
Right.
needle. Anyway, we grab
Or it
the
could be
universal.
a dull needle, and you need to
Oh my
replace it.
gosh.
Just change your needles. They're not
If you-
expensive.
If you are skipping stitches, if you are having any trouble at all,
Mhm.
and you've
Thread your machine.
retthread the bob, make sure the bobbin's not squishy. If the bobbin is set right and the top is in there right, next thing you do, needle. Change your needle.
Get rid of it. Get a new one. Spent too much money on that machine. Don't go using old needles.
Oh yeah, she was talking about smoke alarm batteries.
Yeah, but
okay,
still,
well,
ritually speaking,
so,
if you're going to do
yeah.
something on a habit, pick a day or
Yeah.
whatever works
and
best for you.
that
make
makes
sure
so much sense to have, because you're not going to forget when New Year's Day is, or
You
forget
shouldn't.
when 4th of July is. Right?
What's the 4th? When is that?
It's
Bless you.
in June sometime.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's cleaning your machine and changing your needles. Very important. Do that. Basic upkeep will make your machine better. Linda said that she took a machine in for repair. It's been 4 weeks, and she said that the parts could be months. This is, yes, possible. So with the long arms, we have customers that have been waiting for the machines for a little over a month now, because there are parts that are needed that still have not been received. Even though they're put together and all that stuff in Utah, they still are waiting on parts because supply chains are a train wreck. So if you have machine issues,
We should
You don't
do
wanna
a
do
public
that.
service announcement all about that real quick.
okay, let's do it. Go ahead.
Just everybody be ready. It's Christmas time coming
Oh.
up. It's holiday season coming up, and I don't want everyone angry with your supply chain.
Be aware.
person.
It's going to be no fun.
There's going to be delays, and so often we have gotten ourselves to where we order it comes.
It was nice living that lifestyle.
We order it comes. We order it comes. You know, like in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
and
be
I
patient.
think
Please
yes.
be kind. It's universally all across the board.
And I'm sure whatever line of work you're in, or your son is in, or your whatever, you guys have heard about this nonsense.
Yes.
Okay.
It is
We're
across the
moving.
board. Again, with that, as Linda was getting at,
Yeah.
be kind to your machines. Proper upkeep will help
Mhm.
you keep going
Right,
better longer.
exactly. If you can, the better you are to your machine, the more you can take care of it, the less likely it's going to be in the
Yes.
shop for 4 months.
Right, exactly. So 3 months for belts for a riding mower. Good Lord. Yeah, that doesn't help.
My dad's lawnmower was in the shop for a long time, and finally he just went and picked it up because and was like, "I'll just keep
Duct
it at
tape,
home
bail
until
water,
until
here we go.
you tell me that you've got a part. I don't want it sitting there."
Yeah,
You know.
that's, I mean,
No
really.
way.
Okay, so what's another thing that you can change or update or correct? Seam rippers. Seam rippers are not any good if they're dull.
That's
They
for
will
sure.
still do damage,
Yes.
but you don't want that.
Right.
Do we? Particular listener out there.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
So
All
they,
right.
they do get dull.
They can
Okay.
go out. So you can sit there and tell me that you don't rip ever because everything you do is flawless.
Maybe that's true.
I don't 100% believe you. Maybe a little bit. Some of us are maybe better at this than others. But
I do not
if you sew, you rip.
exactly.
So,
And you just have to realize that from the get go. That way
It's
you're
just
not
fact.
mad ripping.
right. Don't
You're
mad
just
rip.
like,
That makes it
okay.
even worse.
This has to happen. I want it to be perfect. I'm taking it out. But
Right.
I know that we've had some people before who said, you know, replace it on your birthday. That's
Pick a day.
good- yeah.
Works best to remember to do it. Once a year is a great time.
Yeah,
they're
September
not
being
expensive.
sewing month is
$3 is not bad for a
Right.
seam ripper. You can buy more expensive ones that have a more ergonomic handle and all that. That's fine, especially
Sure.
if you tend to rip a lot.
Mhm.
It'll last you through the year, and then you can buy another one.
Yep.
You'll spend tons of money on fabric and machines. Make sure you spend enough money on your peripheral stuff that you need to make it all work so wonderfully together.
Right.
You're
Seam
already
rippers.
mad when you have to rip. Don't be even more mad because your ripper's dull and it doesn't work very well.
And it's taking forever to rip this seam out.
Yeah.
Who stitched this? Anyway, thanks for joining us, Regina. All right, so that's your seam ripper. Make sure you replace those. Rotary cutters. rotary cutters. Who here has ever tangled with a rotary cutter? I know somebody that has. We've said hi to him this morning. I know people in the room that have. Anyway.
I mean, I took a good chunk out of my finger.
It happens. So,
it all grew back. It's weird.
It will grow back.
Like a lizard.
So,
like a lizard. We're like lizards. Did you know that?
No, let's stop that weird conversation. I'm not lizard-like. So, rotary blades. They're not too difficult to purchase. You can get some that are a little more, some that are a little less. The point of the matter is, replace them, because if they're dull, you end up chopping at your fabric.
Or you're really, you're
really getting after it.
Oh, and you're angry.
And if it
This
gives,
is when things happen.
Yeah. Especially when you're mad. Almost always. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So, replace your rotary blades. Make sure they're clean. Make sure they're sharp. That way you're not putting all your effort and pushing down on it so it cuts through it. And then it takes off and takes your finger off.
We love the Martelli whole system. We love the mats and the cutters and the rulers and the blades.
And they all do really well.
And especially when, like, last week we flipped the mat on one table. And, of course, we didn't need a new ruler, but flipped the mat, got a new blade, and I was like...
Just like butter.
I mean, you don't have to even press down. It's like, cut.
It's fantastic.
They're also ergonomic, which is important.
Very important.
We're not really talking a lot of safety. I mean, we kind of are, but
kind of safety. But
you also have to think about things like if you're sewing a lot and you're really focused, doing stand up, stretch a little, roll your shoulders, that kind of thing, so you're not hurting yourself.
With your change of your rotary blades, some of you may do better with a cut-resistant glove. We did have klutz gloves in stock at one point. We have not been able to get them back in. We need to get some more ordered and try to keep them in. So they have this awesome rubber gripping on them. Mm-hmm. They are, the way they're woven, they're cut resistant. So you could stab them with something, but as far as running a sharp edge into them, it will not do any damage there. And they're two-sided, so whether you're a lefty or a righty, you can use it. It's just one glove.
Yep.
We'll get some of them back in stock. But if you find that you're afraid of your own hands and cutting skills, get a
good to
glove.
have. Very, very good.
They're good to have on hand. Mm-hmm. So, a little bit of safety for you. So that's your rotary cutters.
Jason used to do that. That was like his whole job.
Yeah, previous life, I did environmental consulting / safety gig stuff. I just prefer to see people be safe and go home or be at home in one part, not chopped up into multiple pieces. So please.
But if you do have an incident, he would be able to handle it better than anyone else. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
So, on the job sites, I would tell the guys, if you hurt yourself, you were fired 5 minutes before it happened, and then you never showed up to work. Get the backhoe. Bury him over there. Never happened. Never had any incidents.
No?
None. Couple guys never showed up to work. I don't know, it was weird. Sorry. That's not true. It was a joke. It's complete kidding. Very dark joke, but he just left his car in the parking lot. It was weird.
Jason.
Also,
your birthday, but that doesn't mean you get to just do that.
I can't yell at him. I can't yell at him all day.
Okay, I'll take that as a win.
So this is what we have to deal with.
So other
work with.
Sharp, pokey things that you need to maybe consider replacing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you little hand embroidery needles or things like that, you used to whip stitch stuff together like your binding.
Right.
It's cool that you've had this pack for 14 years and that you use this one special needle that you use every time. Yeah, that stuff dulls.
It does dull over time.
They're not expensive. Get a new pack of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not throwing this one.
Where's your
what?
Where's your old ones?
Where's my oh. So how many of you have a bag of safety pins you use for basting? How many of you? Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
I know, you raise your hand. I know you got one. Okay. So we have a pack because I'm dangerous and I'm kind of hypocritical here, but
if you use it and it's like you got to stab it to get it through, throw it away.
Sometimes it's the fabric. Sometimes you have batik on batik and you're trying to do something specific to baste it down. But if you've had this bag of pins that grandma used, that mom used, and now I'm using them, and I'm going to give them to my daughter, Stop it. Just go buy a pack of $4 pins.
You don't need heirloom.
No
Don't-
sentimental value.
These
in
are
the
no
pins.
longer safe. Because
not.
as you push that metal through that fabric, you're going to wear down that sharp edge. It helps it
Right.
glide through so nicely. So, in time, your safety pins can dull. And then when you're holding it and you're trying to push it through, then you reposition your hand to get a better grip to push it through
And now
right into your hand. Now you're bled on your quilt.
wrong.
Don't do that. Sharp.
So
New.
do we
Replace
tell
them.
them if they bleed on their quilt, what do they do?
Spit on it. If somebody else bled on your quilt, make them spit on it.
Your saliva,
Maybe you want to clarify that?
your saliva will take out your blood. The enzymes
will.
in your saliva will remove your own blood, but it won't remove somebody else's. But anyway,
And really, it's really
like
in
let's
small
not bleed
quantities.
on it and let's not spit on it.
So if you
because
poke
there is
yourself-
a whole pandemic.
Let me clarify a
going
little
on.
bit. If you poke yourself and you bleed a little bit and you get that little drop of blood on there, your saliva will help get that out of there.
Mm.
Now, if you slay your hand open because you used a pin and somehow managed to go all the way up your hand,
Oh my gosh!
you're
there
probably
don't
going to
be
have
more
to take
today.
that and launder it a little better with some sort of
I mean, because you
hydrogen
can't
peroxide.
come up with buckets of saliva.
You cannot.
Gross. Can we please move on? Holy cow!
Before you throw them away, run the pin through your hair first and then try again. What?
Why?
What? You need to explain this, Miss Renshin, because I do not know what that means. Are you telling me my hair is going to resharpen my pen, or are you trying to get me to stab myself in the head? Because that's not any fun either. The pinhead, I guess. I don't know.
I love all of
These people are agreeing.
old wives' tales
Yeah.
type. Like it
Yeah.
just sounds like quilting, like witchcraft.
It does. I don't know. I mean, so you're gonna have to explain this to me because I'm not.
So she's probably still typing.
So Sherry Joe,
Yeah.
how dangerous is quilting anyway?
Yeah, Carla or Carol, peroxide works. Yeah.
Peroxide works. It's probably better than spitting on everything.
we
We're
don't
at
have to
llamas.
spit on it.
Stop it. Sherry Joe, quilting is just as inherently as dangerous as anything that you do hobby-wise. As long as you take the appropriate precautions and be mindful of what you're doing,
Sure.
you should have no issues.
If
you
you
know.
run it through your hair, it makes it slide through the fabric. She's saying.
Like the oils in your hair.
I would guess the oils have something to do with that.
Probably. Now, if it then goes through, it's cool. If it still don't go through, now we know that the pin is dull. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just fond of buying new things and throwing things away, I guess. I don't know.
So quilting is not that dangerous, but neither is fishing. But
Oh my gosh, you say that. Have you ever
but I've
broken your
been
hand or your
but
foot?
I've been in the emergency room for my own issue when there was someone there with a hook, and I was
Oh,
like,
the guy that had it in his head or
Yes.
something? Yeah.
but you know, so most hobbies are there. Shoot, we were talking last night about how cheerleading is the most dangerous sport.
Yeah.
Color guard is dangerous too.
Yeah, I mean,
Anything can be dangerous if you're just not cautious with it. So,
Right.
healthy respect for what you're working with.
Right.
Don't forget, you are dealing with sharp, pokey, stabby, slicey things, and they can and will do so because that's what they're designed to do. They don't have any feelings or know any different.
my mom has been quilting for 25 years and had her first incident this week. So,
Right.
I mean,
Can happen.
it doesn't happen all the time. It's good to be mindful. It's also good to keep the cover that goes on your seam ripper.
By the way,
If you don't know where that cover is, maybe buy a new one
Maybe buy
that
a
has a cover. You don't end up with that in your legs.
see, there's apparently this whole thing with pins that I had like a history.
Wow.
I guess I should have done some history research on pins. I don't know. To me, though, it seems like it's a pointy metal object that can and will dull with time. I mean, I guess if you can lube it up,
Sure,
if you
I
will,
know.
and send it
Yeah.
to the fabric, go right
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Don't let me tell you how to live your life. That's
Right.
cool.
But our goal is to have frustration-free sewing. So
Exactly.
don't get frustrated at your
Right.
tools because they're not good anymore.
And not working for you. Right.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
don't know, you don't know. What you got there? What
Well,
items
so
over
we
there?
also brought
Oh, I forgot about them.
a purple thing,
So this goes back to your safety with using your machine.
keeping your fingers out
of your
from
needle.
underneath the needle.
Yeah, don't do that.
But also, did you know that what this end is for?
No.
It's a 1/4 inch
Guys.
to guide. It's a measure. So I've now sewn and I can measure if I've got my 1/4 inch or not.
Well, that's fantastic.
Right.
Well, that's
There's
a
also a
multi-use
little
tool.
yeah, it's multi-use. Yeah, and there's also a little tip on the end that you can hold onto, and you can really get if you need to push seams one way or the other as you're.
Because you know, as it gets to that
as you're
foot, it
sewing.
starts to fold over. And you're like, oh no! And you throw your finger in there, try to push it out. Don't, don't put your
This
finger
is
in there.
a stiletto is used for the same thing.
Right.
This particular stiletto has that on one end and this like flat end on the other,
Pressing
so you
tool.
can kind of press your, like finger press, but with a tool.
Right.
So fun stuff.
The
Keep
Fun
your-
stuff.
thing also has a hole in it if you have to thread like a string through a tube, or you have to put elastic through.
Does it really?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
you can use the purple thing to
It
help
pushes, pokes, pulls.
Does it make dinner?
We-
Because I could use one of them.
Oh, so I think they wanted to make it all be peas. So it
Yeah,
pushes, pulls,
That's funny in its own unique sort of
fudges,
way.
turns, stuffs, but they put pea stuffs, pea turns.
You just want
Anyway,
to keep it with the pea theme. All right.
it makes its own uses.
Well, if it can make me dinner, we got a winner. Let's go. I'll take steak. and
Thread a ribbon through the slot to wear it around your neck.
What?
Then you're not, where's
Where's my thing?
where'd I put that purple thing?
All right. Well, that's
Okay.
fun.
Anyway,
All right. And finally, what's that? Oh, I forgot about these. So you're going to use your rotary cutter, and you've got this awesome ruler that you've been using for years. And when you put it on your fabric, sometimes it likes to slide. Get yourself some sort of adhesive thing that keeps things from moving. This is Handy Grip. We use this for our rulers when we do our long arm quilt working stuff. But this stuff works amazingly well on any ruler, acrylic type ruler. It's not sandpaper. It's got a little more texture to it that doesn't wear off as quickly as the little sandpaper grips do. Holds amazingly well on your fabric. Because again, the last thing you want to do is holding it, it slips, and then you slip, and now your fingers are laying on the table. That escalated quickly. It usually does.
These are clear, so you can still see through your ruler, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So some of the grip, the like sandpaper things, well, it's brown because it's
Right.
sandpaper, and now you can't see where you're trying to cut at, and so that's no good.
Right.
They are really grippy.
It's fantastically grippy.
If you're working with a fabric like satin, you're not going to want to put, you don't want to lay it on there and could possibly grab a hold of that. And
Right, you don't want that. Naked, if you will. What's the word? Is it naked? Anyway. Yeah, don't do that. So, Handy Grip is great to keep your rulers in place as you're cutting, so that way slipping is less of an issue. Some of your rulers, Creative Grids, already has a textured surface to it, so you don't need additional grip. But any other brands that may not have that, if you're looking for something, Handy Grip, way to go. Because you get multiple strips, and you can cut off what you need, and you don't have to. It's fantastic. Okay, where was I at? Thread.
I got everything. We covered everything you have on the table.
I forgot to bring over thread, but thread's kind of a general conversation, because who here doesn't have thread? Just hanging out with the quilters for fun, then? Because we all have thread. So, thread can go bad.
Yeah, did you know that?
It's a dry rotting issue, so after years, if you put it in your machine and it keeps breaking, you could have a bad spot in your thread. I have got brand new cones of thread. Put them in the machine and start running it, and then every 15 inches it would break. Because I finally found it was a little nick that somehow was gone through the same point on the cone and pretty much ruined my thread. But we've also had very old thread that breaks really easily.
Especially old cones of cotton thread.
Yeah.
Cotton thread is notorious for getting old.
Yes.
And then
Sorry.
it breaks more. Polythread, I think, inherently is
A little more
stronger.
durable. Yeah.
And so you're already going to have a little bit more, but the cotton thread will break a little bit easier.
Yes.
If you have your thread and you can just tug on it and it breaks, guess what's going to happen when it's in the quilt?
Yeah. We're talking just like a gentle tug. So we've had some cones of thread that I think Debbie had carried around for a very long time, and some of those in
Fun
there,
colors,
exciting
things
stuff.
that you don't use very often,
20
but
plus years old at this
Right.
point, used one time, it's great to keep a hold of it. Well, after time, that stuff, it can go bad. So if you got grandma's cones of thread and you're going to use that, well, if you can pull on it and it just takes a little bit of effort and breaks, you're right. If you put that on a quilt, it may not do so well.
Right.
It may not hold together
Right.
for integrity's sake. So
Right. We're already using
mindful.
quilt shop quality fabric, right? because we want to make a quilt that's going to last a long time. We don't want to put a thread that's breaking.
No, good Lord, no.
And absolutely, you can use 100% cotton thread. I would just not use old 100% cotton thread unless I check it and, see, okay, yeah, that's... But yeah, also, when you go to open your cones of thread, don't use your blade on the side of because all you did was cut through your thread.
That sounded like the voice of experience, Danielle.
No,
Is there
I've
a
never
story to
done
go with that? Because I'm intrigued.
No, I haven't done that.
Oh, yeah?
I promise.
Is that the story at this point?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
That's a great idea, Pam. So Pam says that in the last few years, she started putting the date and color number on the edge of the bobbin. So that's a really good one, especially if you're buying a larger cones or anything like that, too, because... So
a lot of times it has the information on the package,
right?
That you
Why would you do
off
that? Put it in the cone somewhere,
right?
Anyway, so that's a great idea. Also, when you have your cones of thread, when you buy them, if they come encased in plastic, keep that pack to put back over the top of it for storage purposes. It kind of keeps dust and everything from settling on it.
Yeah, I wish I would have brought one. Because now we take the cone, we flip it over, and we take the bottom ring off, if you will. Try to get just that so that it lifts, the clear plastic will lift off. That way we can put it back over. I mean, first of all, we create so much dust. That you don't want those cones of threads catching all the dust. The ones that you're using often are not going to be affected, but that really pretty color that you
red
don't
one that
use
you love
very often is now covered in dust.
Right.
No good.
So anyway.
And all sewing rooms are creating lots of dust.
Linty. So much lint. But that's part of the hazard, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's as far as, annual things to do, to check, to kind of go through, get yourself to par. That's what we got.
Right.
Suggestions? Any questions?
Okay, so we've got stash pot pie, right?
We have stash pot pie to get through. Are you ready to get through this?
Did you guys see this quilt? Isn't it cool?
Who doesn't love this one?
Love it.
So this one was done by Trish, my mother. She pieced this one for us, quilted it. She put the binding on it. It's fantastic. This is the pattern you guys are getting this month. So don't know what Stash Pot Pie is. Do you want to talk about Stash Pot Pie a little bit? Let's talk about Stash Pot Pie a little bit.
Sure.
SPP is a monthly quilt program that we've started beginning of January 2020. It's been gone every month since. You complete this month's pattern, and you will get next month's pattern for free. I will show you next month's in a moment. I know Jackie's exciting. Just wait. We always wait.
Hold on.
It's the excitement of it all.
So yeah, you buy whatever month it currently is, you buy that pattern.
Right.
And then you make that quilt.
It has to be the size the pattern is written for.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to use a fabric that you purchased from us. You can use your stash. That's the intention. Use up that stash you've been holding for years. Say you came in today and bought 80 yards of fabric, because why not?
Because we got a sale.
We got a great sale going on. Put it in your stash pot pie. Totally cool.
Right.
So that's the program in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Really.
So,
is there much more to it than that? I think it's simplified.
The cool thing is, if you join the Quilters Collective,
yes,
you can see what everyone else has done for that same pattern. So it's really cool especially for some customers, they will look at the pattern and they feel like they have to make it that way. Like the pattern will say, you need 2/3 yards of blue fabric and 2/3 yards of purple and, whatever. And so then they buy blue and purple. Okay, you do not have to do it that way. You can do it whatever way you want.
You may want red and yellow.
Some of us have a harder time with thinking, what is this going to look good together? I think it's more of a confidence issue, I don't know if that's going to go with that one, so I'm going to go with what they said, a blue, a purple, whatever. So it's really fun in the Quilters Collective when you see that same quilt in red, white, and blue. And somebody does it out of Christmas fabric. And somebody did it out of, and so then you're like, oh my gosh, it really opens it up to new ideas. I love when somebody uses a dark background fabric when I didn't think to do that. And now they've got bright colors jumping off,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is so awesome. I keep hearing from customers who are now doing another one. I decided I'm going to make a quilt for so-and-so's wedding, and I'm using the April Stash Pot Pie. So they're going back and using those patterns again, you know, because you've got them forever. They're
Right.
yours.
No, do what you will.
You know? So it's really cool, especially one that you make and you're like, oh, I like this block. It's coming out exactly how it's supposed to. Everything's going together magically. You know, this didn't take me that long, and I think I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
So
excellent.
thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. So yes. Oh, Jackie had to leave. If you still see this, just check this out in a minute. You'll see it there. I promise. Come back and watch it later. This will be here forever. And yes, April, there's the link. Click on that. Ask to join the Quilters Collective. Anybody else out there that wants to join it, there's your chance.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and the Quilters Collective is not just for Stash Pot Pie. We love seeing all of your different projects that you're working on. And actually, this whole month of September, we're going to put some challenges out there to the Quilters Collective. And I think we're putting it out to everyone, right? But they have to in the collective.
Yeah.
So then you send us pictures of that, and you can enter for prizes and fun stuff. So we're really trying to get some people. We want you to know that this is not just for Stash Pot Pie.
Not just SPP. It's everything quilting because why not?
Yep. And it doesn't matter that you didn't buy the fabric from us. I mean, that is not a big deal. I love to see what other people are doing. That's totally fun.
Absolutely.
We ask that you don't, advertise for someone else or anything like that,
Yeah.
So don't say, oh, come, you should go join this.
But if you're working on a cool project and somebody's like, hey, that's awesome, what pattern is that?
Right, or where did you get it? Totally fine.
Absolutely answer those questions.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't say, oh, yeah, you should join me every Saturday at some other quilt shop and do this project.
Yeah.
Don't leave us. In case you're new and you've never done Stash Pot Pie and you would like to participate, how do you do this? Go to the website, warmandcozyquilting.com. Go to the shop category and you will find Stash Pot Pie in amongst all of that. Stash Pot Pie 2. Find September's pattern. Purchase it for $10. You will get a PDF download. You don't have to come in and get it from us. You are wherever you're at in the world.
Right.
Buy it.
Right.
Finish it. Put it out there on the Facebook group. And ta-da, you get next month's for free. So if you don't live locally, which many of you that participate are not local,
right?
Here you go. This is your chance to join in on some fun with some other people having a good time.
I also have friends who are local who are like, I can watch you on Facebook because I know how to get there, but I don't know how to send you this picture. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
We don't mind.
Cool. Don't mind at all.
Also, if you bring your phone, we'll hook you up on how to get into the Quilters Collective and how to put a picture up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do we want to show them this one so I can get rid of this weird brown background that I've got? That's my backing.
Hopefully, Victoria will be able to.
I'm gonna have Victoria help me out, but she's off in La La Land right now.
Victoria got a new phone.
Hey there.
And so now
she's distracted by the shiny box in her hand.
All right, come on, Victoria.
And without further ado, here we go.
This is October Stash Pot Pie. So if you do September's, you will get October for free.
You ready?
Yep.
I can't see. Okay, here we go.
And this
ta-da,
is October's, done by Jason.
And Danielle. Mostly Danielle, but I tried a lot to help. So it is, I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember either.
I don't know. It's what?
Bears.
No. Anyway, so you got your log cabin in the center, and you got your bear paw, and I did it in batiks because I love batiks.
It's
2 words.
Runaway pie.
Runaway pie. So the theory is you got the log cabin with the bears circling it because I'd hate to be the guy stuck in that cabin with all the bears. Anyway, so that'll be hung up in the shop as soon as I get the binding on it, or Danielle gets the binding on it, or Debbie gets the binding on it. Somebody other than myself, because I'm not great at binding.
I will tell you, okay, we should probably more talk about this quilt.
We really should talk about this one because this, you do September's. This will not be given to you for free until October the 2nd. I have the date on here somewhere.
First Saturday in October.
Yes.
Is when it is due.
How do I have November on here? What in the world was I drinking this morning? Yeah, it's
October 2nd.
October 2nd.
Correct.
So you have until October 2nd to finish September's. Show us a picture of it. You get October's for free. Now,
it is seriously half square triangles. Half square triangle.
Quarter
this
squares.
one is a quarter square where it's
They're
got
card tricks.
3
They're
sides.
easy.
This is 4. It's easy. I will tell you that if you haven't used it before, triangulations is awesome for this project and for this one. We will definitely talk about that next month. There's lots of great rulers and things out there for making half square triangles. Do the method that you like.
Yes.
It's totally going to work just fine. But with us using triangulation on this particular one, triangulation, you print your own papers.
It's like paper piecing for beginners.
And it is also like if you've ever used Thangles, where you've bought a pack of, So you've got your fabrics together, you're laying the paper on, and you're stitching on the dotted lines, and then you cut on the solid lines, and then you open them up, and they're perfect. You don't have to square anything up. It's good to go.
Right.
So, and with triangulation, you buy the disc. You buy the disc one time, and you can print forever. Unlike where if you buy another product like Thangles or like something else, which I do like Thangles, but if you buy them, you only have so many in the pack. It's usually like 400, you know, but
it's a lot more than most people will ever use.
But it's finite.
But it is.
It is
and
finite.
So like, and also like on this, I think we needed 1 3/4 or something. Like it was an oddball size where you didn't
size for the paws.
Find, you weren't going to find it without getting, because on triangulation, you have everything like.
It's a ridiculous the sizing they have on that.
On some of them to the 16th of an inch. So, it also does quarter square triangles, which this quilt has lots of quarter squares in the center. So look into triangulation if you're looking for a new way, if you're not really confident in the way that you've been making half square triangles. It is a great method, and we would be glad to help you out with the information.
So just going to recover.
Everybody's liking it.
They seem to enjoy it. I'm going to recap this one last time. This is September's. This is starting today. You have until 2nd of October, the first Saturday in October, to have this completed in order to get October's for free. Now, let's say I'm new. There is no way I can do this one in a month. I would need 2 months to do that. Okay, let's do this. Today, you can go on our website and you can buy October's pattern. That gives you until the first Saturday in November to have this one done. And then you'll get November's for free.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a way to get at least one free pattern out of this program.
Right.
But you'll have to wait till that first Saturday in November to get that for this
you
one.
could have it done, you know, faster than you thought, and you will not get the free pattern until the new month.
Hopefully I didn't convolute a whole lot or confuse too bad. But again, start here to get this for free. Or you can buy this today. Or if you don't want to participate at all and you just want the patterns, just go buy the patterns off the website.
Right.
$10.
I do love the card trick. The card trick block is really cool.
And you can do so much with it.
You really can. And I love that both of these up here are batiks.
I love it too. Batiks.
They're pretty awesome.
Regina, that's a great question. It does not come on a USB stick.
It does not, but if you need help, we will help you.
I have computers with disk drives in shop. If you purchase the design and you want it on a flash drive, if you happen to bring one along,
yep, you'll just bring me a flash drive.
I might be able to help you out with that, maybe
figure it out.
Unofficially stating anything at this point.
Well,
but if you purchase it, you
have
the right
to purchase it. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
We can be WNC tech support too.
Right. We can technically help you with the idea of it. Yes.
I'll say, oh yes, absolutely. I can get Sarah to do that.
I can find somebody nondescript that can help you with that problem. But yeah, they do come on a CD, which again, some people have computers still that have that on there.
Okay, Jackie, this block here is a card trick. I don't know if it's.
We did a video on card trick.
Oh, we sure did.
Because you remember on our sampler we were working on? If you go to our YouTube channel or just search card trick.
I'm looking at Sarah like, is that one on our YouTube channel?
Yes, it should be. We did it with that build along thing. So if you search card trick in our videos, we did.
You can watch it here on Facebook. You don't have to.
You can go to. I just want people to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Anyway, it is out there, but I'm sorry, you can give her a little more detail. I was just letting you know we do have video.
I just want to show you that it looks like there's 4 cards.
Correct.
See? So it looks like there's
they're all like flipped around, layered on top of each other.
Yes.
So cool.
I really should have brought some information along with it because I did enjoy the card trick. It's a very modern block design compared to a lot of the other ones that are out there, like the Bear Paw and the Log Cabin, which have a long, rich history of things. The card trick is a relatively new one, I believe 1960s or 70s is when that one actually came out. So good stuff.
And we love to help Jackie, so no worries there.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So
It's a pretty one. Yeah, I just love when you use batiks. First of all, there's not a right and wrong side.
Right.
So that makes most of the time. Sometimes you'll go, wait, that definitely looks brighter on this side. Okay, then use that as your top.
Use that as your top.
But it doesn't matter that all of these have a print in them because they're kind of tonal.
Mm-hmm.
They work together. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, I don't want to cut that flower off or, things like that. It sits in the back more and you're really using it for the color.
Absolutely. All right. So we're getting close on time and we have a huge sale today. So we're hoping you come to business.
Yeah,
but a couple things of importance to talk about real quick.
Okay.
Monday, flash sale on the website. So you can't make it in today to participate in the sale that it is. We are giving you, instead of a category for the Monday flash sale, we're putting out a coupon code that you use at checkout to get 15% off at checkout. And that code is Sarah
Labor.
LABOR. You use that as your checkout code on Monday. Anytime on Monday. Enter that code while you're on the website. If you have shopped with us before, sign up for your account. If you haven't, sign up for an account. Basically, putting your information in, your email. That way you can keep track of what you've bought. You can, if you've been shopping with us forever, then you know what your email is that you gave us. Sign in with that account. You'll be able to see your entire history. For some, that's horrifying. It's okay. For some, it might be a little startling.
It's really helpful.
It's nice to see if I have a blue or this green that I don't remember what it was called, and I bought it on whatever date. You can go back and find that exact name. Helps you to kind of find it again in the world if we don't carry it any longer.
So there may be some things that. So I know. No creative grids, stripology rulers will be 15% off.
Yeah.
So if you put something in and you put that code in and it doesn't work, it's because we're restricted on not giving a discount for those. But it really is very few items. I mean, like a handful. But if you've been waiting to get a stripology ruler until there was a discount, you're going to have to keep waiting because Creative Grids does not allow for that. And I will not. I don't want to stop.
We don't want to make them mad because I love their stuff.
Yeah.
So that's Monday flash sale. Check out that coupon code. Sarah just put it in the comments.
We get to sleep in. We don't even have to put a sale up on Monday.
Not even dealing with it.
It's all good.
This coming Wednesday live sale, 5 o'clock Central Time here. What are we going to show? I don't know. Come and find out. We'll have a post about it. Also, we're doing giveaways based on purchases this month for the Wheel of Names. So keep on sharing. Awesome. But, you buy something, you go on the Wheel of Names, and you get some sort of cool prize. So light things are super highly recommended. Excellent. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. One last thing. I think that's it. Really, because I'm running out of time, I'm afraid to run.
Yeah, okay. So we have some other sales. Please check your newsletter.
Check your newsletter.
If we don't have your information and you did not get our newsletter, you can go on our website and sign up to get our newsletter. That won't help you for now. That'll help you for the future. So in that instance, send us an email and say, hey, I just signed up to get your newsletter. Can you send me the one you guys? And we absolutely will. Like, I think sometimes people get a little bit like, oh, I'm sure they're busy. I don't want to bother them. Don't worry. Just send us an email. We'll get you the information. Or if you're in the shop next time and you're like, can you send me that email because I've forgotten. Believe me, I have forgotten too. Because there's like Fat Quarter Frenzy Day where we're going to have fat quarters for $2. I don't remember the date.
End of the Bolt Wednesday.
There's going to be an End of the Bolt Wednesday.
That's the 15th.
There's going to be a clearance blowout where clearance is down an extra $1 a yard.
Happy birthday.
You get the gifts.
Because you hang out with us for so long, 6 years
We'll have
now.
reminders on Facebook too, so you can watch our feed here to help remind you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. You were all the best.
She's running us off the screen.
Come on in today. We still have lots of fabric to sell. And remember, I mean, if you get the 10 yards and 5 yards free, that's like 33% off. I never do 30.
That's solidly
never.
Number.
I never do more than 20.
Okay. That was fun. Are you done? You ready to go do this? All right.
Eileen, you just got up. Rewatch.
Get up. Get ready. Come into the shop.
We'll see you later, Eileen. You got to come in today.
Okay.
Free fabric.
Stop it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.